Yo, what a super suck job Sunday, and welcome back to the Backed by Bone podcast. It's episode 13. I am your host, Chris, aka Don Burgundy on the internet, and it is Sunday, August 28th, 2022. Sunday is, sorry, August is fucking over, man. It's fucking crazy. There's only a few days left. 31 days in August, and it is fucking wild. This month has gone by. Summer has gone by. It is all fucking over. Yeah, dude. Labor Day is coming up, and then after that, it's Halloween, and then after that, it's Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. And then the year's over, man. Then the year's over. It's going to be 2023. It is fucking wild how time flies. I could just think back when it just hit 2020 and the pandemic had just started, and fucking I was sitting around not working, just smoking weed and eating food, drinking booze, and watching anime. Man, time fucking flies, my man. It is crazy. But what's going on, guys? How are you? How the fuck you doing? So I did not do a podcast episode last week because last week was the week of my bodybuilding show, and since then I have eaten a lot of fucking food. A lot of food. I can talk about it later though. But I just got kind of lazy after it, and I just never fucking got around to it. So now I'm back on the grind, and here we fucking are. So we got a lot to talk about, but I'm probably gonna try and fly through it. So here we go. So we're going to start with UFC, and the UFC was pretty fucking crazy. So I ended up watching the majority of it. Let's take a look at it quickly. So there was no UFC this weekend, the weekend of the 27th, which was a Saturday. But the last weekend, the August 20th, was the big UFC 278. Which is pretty fucking good. I actually enjoyed it. I watched the majority of it because I was all hopped up on sugar and fucking, after the show I had a bunch of cookies and shit, so I ended up staying up. But I did not watch the entirety of this whole card. I watched a little bit of it. I think I watched from the prelim card on. So the fights that I actually got to see was from the Sean Woodson fight on, which ended in a draw. And then after that, didn't really care about the fight after that. Then the Marcin Tybura fight, I watched that. That was a pretty good fucking fight. And then on to the main card. Tyson Pedro and Harry Hunsucker. Pretty good fight. Finished in round 1 minute and 5 seconds by KO/DKO. It was a good fight. Then the female fight after that I did not watch. And then the Merab Dvalishvili and Jose Aldo fight was a good fight. Merab won by decision, kind of just dictated the entire fight. It was a good fight though, high level. And then after that, with the Paulo Costa Luke Rockhold fight, ended up being Luke's last fight. He looked fucking bad. He just looked tired and like gassed and just old, and it just did not look good for him. But surprisingly, Paulo Costa looked really good. So I don't know if he's back. I don't want to say like he's all the way back, but if he has a couple more fights like that, I'd say he's back. So we'll see. Exciting fight though. It was really good. And then obviously, if anybody follows the UFC, they saw the video clip of Luke Rockhold like wiping his blood all over Paulo Costa's face. So it's kind of gross, but it is what it is. And then obviously we got to the main fight, which is Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards, and knockout win of the year. Fucking insane. So Kamaru Usman basically was winning the entirety of the fight up until round 5. Right at the end of round 5, Leon Edwards just fucking head kicks him right in the face, knocks him out. So the entire time, Kamaru Usman's coach, Trevor Whitman, he just kept saying, like, you're doing great, no mistakes. And he was keeping up to that until that last round. He just made that one mistake where he dipped his head, left his head open, and Leon Edwards just fucking high kicked him right in the fucking face and knocked him out. So you're fighting at that level. That's just how the fight game goes. Like, you could be winning the entire fight, and then you make one mistake, and you're fucking out. So, really great fight. But Kamaru Usman's going to come back, and he's going to come back strong. And I don't think that happens again with Leon Edwards. I think You run that fight back, and 9 out of 10 times Kamaru Usman's going to win. But I don't know. It's going to take a little bit of time. I think Leon's going to fight like 1 or 2 people before Kamaru gets another title fight again, but that's pretty fucking crazy. It was a great fight, and if you guys get a chance to see the highlights of it and the highlight knockout, it was pretty fucking nuts because, Kamaru was absolutely dominating the entire fight for like 4 rounds, and then Leon just gets that head kick and just fucking straight puts him out. So, kind of sucks for Kamaru because if he had won that fight, he would have tied George St. Pierre for the most title defenses, I think it was. But it's what it is. It's a fight game, dude. So it is what it is. What are you gonna do? So next UFC fight night, as there was no fight card this weekend, is the Cyril Gane versus Tai Tuivasa fight, which is going to be, I think it's in Europe somewhere. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. But the main card starts at 1 p.m. this Saturday, which is pretty fucking sick. So I'm going to watch this whole thing. I'm probably just going to watch the main card. I don't think I'm going to watch the prelims. I'm looking at it. Maybe I'll watch. I think, there's one fight on the prelim that's Nasruddin Imavov and Joaquin Buckley. I'll probably watch that fight. And then the main card, we've got Charles Jourdain, Nathaniel Wood. That should be a good fight. Fight after that, I don't really know who they are. Fight after that, I don't know who they are. But Robert Whittaker, Marvin Vettori, that's going to be a banger fight. And Cyril Gane, Tai Tuivasa, going to be a banger fight. So I'm excited. 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I love when they do this because I cannot stand staying up late for fights because I usually end up falling asleep or fucking, or whatever, or just get so tired that I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to go to sleep. Like, I don't even care. Like, with that last Israel Adesanya fight, I fucking ended up sleeping through like the first 3 rounds or some shit. Like, and I woke up, I was like, what the fuck just happened? So, I mean, dude, they got to do this shit earlier. I don't know. It's so fucking annoying. I don't know if it's like a commission thing or a venue thing or whatever, or they're just like, oh, yeah, it's so fucking cool to have it at night. Excuse me, or whatever, but it's fucking annoying, man. So that's going to be cool. Then after that is UFC 279, which is September 10th, which is Khamzat Chimaev and Nate Diaz. Going to be a banger fight. Also got Li Jingliang and Tony Ferguson. That's going to be a sick fight on there, so keep an eye on for that. We got Johnny Walker, Ion Cutelaba on the card too. I think they were supposed to fight before, but they got canceled or rescheduled a bunch of times. So 279 is gonna be dope. Main card starts at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That kind of sucks, Dick, but it is what it is. And then other fights on the card. Not really seeing anybody I recognize or care about. Excuse me. And then UFC Fight Night Sanhagen versus Song Yadong. September 17th. Going to be another fucking banger. Starts at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is pretty fucking nice. So probably watch the majority of that. I don't see a whole lot of other people I'm interested on this card, but I don't really care. I just care about that main fight. So that is going to be dope. And then, after that, I'm not really seeing anything else I really care about. So I'll keep going into it in the future, but that is going to be the UFC. That's going to be the UFC update. So next we are on to League of Legends. And the playoffs are on, and it is fucking hype as shit. So, top esports. Well, let's go into LPL first. And LPL is fucking crazy right now. So, I don't think I talked about this, but I'll start at round 1. FPX OMG. FPX wins 3-2. Really good series. And then LNG beats BLG 3-1, and that kind of starts the miracle run of LNG, which is pretty nutty. And then round 2, EDG beats FPX 3-1, pretty obvious. But LNG ends up 3-1ing Weibo Gaming, which is pretty crazy. DOMB is just kind of looking nutty. Then round 3, EDG beat RNG, which is a pretty big upset. EDG was playing good, but RNG was just kind of looking better throughout the entire year, and a 3-1 is pretty crazy. And then LNG upsetting V5 by beating 3-2. DOMB just playing out of his mind. And then we're on to round 4. Top Esports beat EDG 3-2. This was a really fucking good series. If you get a chance, go back and watch the highlights. Really fucking good. Then JDG beat LNG 3-0, kind of, expected. And then in the losers bracket, EDG beat LNG 3-1, again, kind of expected. But it's just hype as fuck. Like, I want to go into depth and more about these, but I don't remember a whole lot about a lot of them because, it's been a little bit of time. But, I mean, just hype as shit, dude. Pretty fucking crazy. Honestly, like, the best tournament out of all the League of Legends tournaments this whole year, I think, is the LPL playoffs, just because there's, like, how many best of fives already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's been 11 best of fives, and it hasn't even been the finals yet. So the finals is this coming weekend. It says it's September 1st, so it's this Thursday. And then they have the regional gauntlet, which I think is Friday, Saturday. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll look into it and let you guys know. But, dude, super fucking hype. So then we have the semifinals, which was Top Esports JDG. JDG ended up beating Top Esports 3-2 in what some people have heralded like the best of 5 series this whole year. So it was a fucking crazy series for sure. Definitely go back and watch that one if you're going to watch any of them. Definitely watch that one. And then after that, Top Esports goes down to the loser bracket, plays EDG and 3-0s them, which is kind of surprising because EDG was looking really good. I thought it would be closer than that. And then now it leads us to the finals. Got the rematch of JDG versus Top Esports. And this is going to be a fucking banger. I'm hoping for another 5-game series. I would kind of like Top Esports to win, but both of them have already qualified for Worlds. So regardless, it's going to be fucking nasty. So keep an eye out for that one, guys. But yeah, I mean, if we didn't already get spoiled with a JDG Top Esports best of 5 already, we get another one to decide the winner of the whole goddamn fucking region. So, dude, it's pretty fucking crazy, man. I love the LPL. It's my favorite region right now, and I have to thank Christian Rivera for it, also known as I Will Dominate on fucking Twitch. He's a streamer, former pro player. Now he just kind of he watches a lot of games on stream, and he does a lot of analytical work and stuff like that. And very entertaining watching him right now. He's actually live viewing the EDG Cloud9 series. It's actually turning out to be pretty good. I'll go into that in a little bit. But he's the one that got me into LPL, and I have him to thank because it is probably the best region, in my opinion. It's the most entertaining as well, in my opinion. Excuse me, I had to grab some water. Yeah, but really fucking crazy. All right, so we are going on to the LCK now. Going to quickly go through that. So surprisingly here, in the finals of the LCK, Gen G absolutely shit stomps T1 3-0. And I didn't look at the highlights. I might do that later, but I mean, these games were not even close. Like, game 1, 19 kills to 8 kills. Game 2, 17 kills to 2 kills. Game 3, 11 kills to 3 kills. Like, not even close. And it looks like Ruler was just popping off every single fucking game. Game 1, 16 kills. Game 2, 4 kills. Game 3, 6 kills. Like, he was just absolutely stomping. So, Gen G gonna look fucking pretty scary going into Worlds. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I just want to cover that quickly. I was just kind of surprised. I thought it was going to be a closer series, and in the back of my head, I just kind of thought T1 was just going to squeak it out, and just win the whole thing because I don't know. Gen G never really has a good record against T1, and T1 has Faker, and you always just think of them as a clutch players. So I don't know, but kind of surprising. But at the same time, good for Gen G. I like that. I kind of like that team. They've got Ruler, Doran, Lehens, Chovy, and Peanut. I like Chovy and Peanut, and obviously I like Ruler. I think Ruler is a former world champion. I forget what team it was he was on when he won the championship. Let me look that up really quickly. Where is he? Ruler. I want to say that Samsung Galaxy team. Yeah, okay. Samsung Galaxy in 2016, 2017. Yeah, so he's a former world champion, and he won with that Samsung Galaxy team. Pretty fucking sick. Good for him, man. Like, that's dope. Good for fucking him. And he's kind of just trying to like rise back to stardom, or not stardom, but he's trying to come back into form, and he's looking really fucking good. So, can't wait to see him at Worlds. I think he is going to be one of the best, if not the best, bot laners in the whole tournament, and it's going to be crazy to see him paired up against people like, Jackie Love, who's the bot laner for Top Esports, Hope, the bot laner for JG, and now you've got all these other teams coming in here. Who knows? I mean, there's 2 more slots for the Koreans, and there's 2 more slots with Chinese. So you could get, if EEG makes it, you get Viper in there, former world champion, another insane bot laner, and then if RNG makes it, then you got Gala, another insane bot laner. Like, and those are just the Chinese guys. Like, holy fuck, pretty wild. But all right, we're gonna go on to the LEC, which is the European scene, which has actually been pretty hype as well. Let's see, playoffs just started this past weekend, so Friday, August 26th, was the first series, which was Rogue Mad Lions. It was a reverse sweep by Rogue for them to win the series. So they won 3-2. Pretty fucking hype. It was a good series. I really enjoyed it. If you get a chance, go back and watch the highlights. I thought it was pretty fucking sick. I had a good time. I guess Mad just couldn't fucking close it out. It happens. And then yesterday, Saturday, August 27th, G2 beat Misfits 3-1. Pretty expected here. First game, G2 stomped them 27-2, and then Misfits came back pretty hard, winning 14-2. And then after that, G2 just subsequently stopped them in each other game. So kind of what you would expect. So G2 is now moving on to face Rogue in the semifinals. So that's going to be a fucking banger. Can't wait to see that. We might get 2 best of 5s out of both of those teams. So that'd be exciting to watch. And then today we had a best of 5 between Fnatic and XL. Fnatic comes back with the reverse sweep. They win 3-2. They were not looking good in game 1. It was pretty close, but XL ended up pulling out the win. Game 2, XL pulled out the win again, looking significantly better than Fnatic. And then after that, Fnatic just kind of came back pretty hard and then just ended up winning every single game. It was pretty exciting, I'm not going to lie. So I would like to see Fnatic at Worlds. So, I mean, I just think that their level of players is just higher. So I think, if I'm going to see 4 teams go to Worlds from Europe, I'd like to see G2, Rogue, Mad Lions, Fnatic. I think it's kind of shaping up how it's looking. There's already 3 teams from Europe already slotted to go. So Rogue, G2, and Mad Lions. So there's just 1 more team. And it looks like Fnatic is kind of the team that's really going to take that last spot unless something crazy happens where, if Misfits beat Fnatic and then they end up beating Mad Lions, then they kind of slot themselves right in there for the 4th seed. But I don't really see that happening. But it could. I don't know. I mean, because Fnatic's very coin flippy, so we shall see. But now we are on to the LCS. So playoffs started on the 20th of this month. Started with a series between Team Liquid and FlyQuest. Team Liquid beat FlyQuest 3-1. What do you kind of expect here? It's pretty expected. And then Sunday, August 21st, was a best of 5 between Cloud9 and CLG, which was went all 5 games. Pretty fucking surprising. They went back and forth on games, and then Cloud9 ended up just kind of taking the last game. It was actually pretty close. It was pretty fucking entertaining, not gonna lie. Thursday, August 25th, on to the next round was TSM FlyQuest. TSM ended up beating FlyQuest 3-2, went all 5 games, kind of surprising here as well. But game 1, TSM kind of came out and stopped them 16 kills to 2. And then after that, they kind of just traded games. And then TSM just kind of pulling it together. So kind of interesting to see because they are just not a good team, but it is just interesting to kind of see them try and really make it. I do kind of like how there's more best of 5s here for the North American scene, just to try and give them more practice. It's also cool because I get to view more games. And then, let's see, Friday, August 26th, we had a best of 5 between CLG and Golden Guardians. CLG went all 5 games. This was a shit best of 5. So that's the really bad thing about so many best of 5s with these bad teams. Because, like, dude, this is just a bad best of 5 to watch. Like, I did not enjoy watching it at all. I actually didn't really watch the majority of it. I just kind of tuned out. So whatever. And then yesterday, Saturday, August 27th, we had a best of 5 between 100 Thieves and Team Liquid. This was a dope best of 5. Went all 5 games. 100 Thieves wins 3-2. The first game was pretty fucking gross because 100 Thieves won 13 kills to 0 kills. Team Liquid just not looking good, not looking like themselves. They almost came back with the reverse sweep, but yeah, they just couldn't get it done. So they're still not out, so we'll see. And then today we have the Evil Geniuses Cloud9 best of 5. And Cloud9 actually took 2 games first, and then EG just came back and won game 3. So now we are going on to game 4. I will let you guys know about that as it progresses. But it looked like Cloud9 was going to 3-0, but I figured they wouldn't. But EG came back, took game 3. I'm hoping it's not a reverse sweep. I'd like to see Cloud9 just kind of get it done here, but we shall see. You never fucking know, but either way, if either one of these teams lose, they get another chance in the next round because it is not the knockout stage yet. So it's only round 2, so whoever loses this goes down to the losers bracket and ends up playing TSM, and whoever plays TSM is probably a win, so they shouldn't be too concerned. But after this, the next best of 5s are going to be CLG TL. I believe TL would win that, and then the lower bracket just keeps going up until we get to the finals. So then it's going to be whoever loses the C9 EG game, they're going to play TSM. And then CLG is playing Team Liquid, and then someone has to play 100 Thieves in round 4, and then there's a round 3 of the loser bracket. Then there's, yeah, I'll just keep you guys updated. But I do like seeing more best of 5s with these teams, especially because during the regular season they play best of 1s. So once you get to once you get to Worlds. The real knockout stage is a best of series. So if you can't fucking play best of, you end up losing. So that is that, and that is going to conclude the League of Legends update. And there's also no Dungeons and Dragons update because we have not set a date for when we're going to play again. Victor was in Puerto Rico this past weekend, so visiting family, so obviously couldn't. And then the weekend before that was the weekend of my bodybuilding show, so couldn't do that either. So it is what it is. But I ended up making a new character. I made a female Shadar Kai, SHADAR -KAI. It's basically an elf, but they have a specific thing about them. They have cool racial traits and features. They have Blessing of the Raven Queen. That's their racial trait. Is that as a bonus action, you can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Starting at 3rd level, you can gain resistance to all damage when you teleport using this trait until the start of your next turn. And it says you can cast this feature 2 times per long rest, which is pretty fucking sick. So I'm excited to do that. I made a sorcerer, so I wanted to do a spellcasting class, and I got some cool spells that I can't wait to test out. And I am ready to fucking kick some ass. So I will keep you guys updated once we get a chance to play. We will see how it goes. Unfortunately, I'm starting off with only 8 hit points, which kind of fucking sucks. But I'm a sorcerer, spellcaster class. It is what it is. What do you expect? But yep. So I'll keep you guys updated on the Dungeons and Dragons. Um, and then next, anime and manga. So anime, I have actually been catching up pretty significantly. I am caught up on everything this season so far. This summer 2022 season, and then fall 2022 is going to be a banger. So I'm excited for that. Can't wait. Um, let's see. I'll start from the bottom. My Isekai life. I'm on episode 9. It's fine. You know, it's whatever. Harem in the Labyrinth Dungeon, whatever. Episode 8. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Black Summer is getting pretty good. I'm on episode 8. I'm enjoying that. Isekai of Jisan, episode 6. Really enjoying that, obviously. Call of the Night, episode 8. It's not bad. I mean, it looks really good, so whatever. Classroom of the Elite, episode 8. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm just kind of watching it. And then Don Machi, I'm on episode 6, which is how not to get girls in, or how not to pick up girls in the dungeon. This is really starting to pick up. This is now the arc where Ryu, the elf character that you see in the first few seasons, she's like a murderer or whatever. Like I remember kind of reading about this arc and then finding out like what's going on, but I don't really remember it a whole lot. So I'm excited. I think it's this series needs a little bit more like seriousness. So I'm excited for this season and for it to pick up, or I guess for the rest of the season. It is pretty interesting and. Again, I need that level of like seriousness from the series instead of like the kiddie bullshit. So, yeah, excited. And then Overlord episode 8 getting pretty good. I'm expecting the season significantly already better than last season, so it's whatever. And then The Devil's a Part-Time on episode 7. I'm not a big fan of this season. I thought season 1 was way better, way more comedy. This one's just more like slice of life and just not that funny at all. So, pretty disappointed, but I'm watching it, so whatever. I also did catch up on Demon Slayer. I finished the entertainment arc. It was pretty fucking good. I can see why people rave about this series. Like, I'm not like gonna sit here and fucking sing its praises, but it's really good animation and it's like exciting. It also like really does get you feeling like a lot of emotions, which is pretty fucking I think important when you're making any kind of entertainment. But it always gets you at the end. Like you know what I mean? Like you always get some sob story at the end that makes you feel so fucking deeply. So I don't know. They just do a really good job. And then I also caught up on season 4 of My Hero Academia. I don't know why. I just kind of got the urge to catch up on it, so I did. And it was pretty good. I'm on episode 14 of the season 4, so I'm not fully caught up on that season. There's also like season 5 that I need to watch as well to be fully caught up, but I'm not in a massive rush. So episode 14, they had just beaten Overhaul, so now it gets into this like other like random bullshit that I don't even really care about. So we'll see. Again, not in a rush, but you know what I mean. It's My Hero. It looks really good. So it's also just like crazy to think that My Hero Academia has been going on for like 6 years or something now. Like, damn, dude, where does the time go, man? Like, holy fuck! Like, I feel like it's just yesterday that it was fucking 2017. Like, man. Maybe it's just because I'm an old motherfucker now and I'm almost 30 years old that like I just look back on life and I'm like, holy fuck, like man, I like just moved out here to Colorado and like now I'm like leaving. Like, man, it's fucking wild. Time fucking flies, my man. I don't know. But here, hold on, I'm gonna grab a sip of water.
All right, just got some water. All right, now we are on to anime recommendation. I am going to recommend a series called Dimension W. I watched this quite some time ago. It looks like it came out in January of 2016. It's got only 12 episodes. Doesn't have another series or season. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. The animation was pretty good. The art style, the character design, pretty fucking good. It looks like this was a manga series. It had 16 volumes. Looks like 116 chapters, and it started publishing in 2011 and ended in 2019. I am not sure if this is going to get another season or not. Might be one of those things that gets revived. But who did who wrote this? Okay, so the guy who wrote this, Yuji Iwahara, It's the same guy that did Darker Than Black, um, which very popular series. So I'm surprised this didn't get another season. Kind of weird. The only thing I recognize here that he has done would be Darker Than Black. Everything else I don't really recognize. I don't see anything recent, so I'm not really sure what he is up to. So, hmm. But definitely looking at this one, guys. I will read off the synopsis. All right, so in the near future, humans have discovered a fourth dimension, Dimension W, and a supposedly infinite source of energy within it. In order to harness this profound new energy, mankind develops advanced coils, devices that link to and use the power of Dimension W. However, by year 2071, the new Tesla Energy Corporation has monopolized the energy industry with coils, soon leading to the illegal distribution of unofficial coils that begin flooding the market. Uh, Kilma Mabuchi is an ex-soldier who is wary of coil-based technology to the extent that he still drives a gas-powered car. Kilma is a collector, individuals with the sole duty of hunting down illegal coils in exchange for money. What started out as a just any other mission is turned on its head when he bumps into Mira Urizaki, an android with a connection to the father of coils. When a series of strange events begin to take place, these two unlikely allies band together to uncover the mysteries of Dimension W. Um, I really enjoyed this. So the second, he doesn't really like coils. He doesn't really like robots. Kind of like the premise of iRobot, where like everything's becoming robotic, and he's kind of like the Will Smith character, where he doesn't really fully trust everything and all the robots and the coils and shit like that. He's still very old school. Like they said, he drives a gas powered car, but he ends up bumping into the android, and the android's like got like feelings and stuff like that. So he ends up like building a bond with her, and they become friends and shit like that. But definitely interesting. Came out in winter 2016. I thought it was a good time. Studio Orange and Studio 3HZ. They did a really good job. Let me take a look and see. It was licensed by Funimation, so that might be why it kind of flew under the radar, because this was before Funimation and um, Crunchyroll merged. So this is on their Funimation. Excuse me. This is on the Funimation platform before it merged into Crunchyroll. So Studio Orange also did Beastars. It looks nothing like Beastars, but whatever. Anything else recognizable that they did? Ba, 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 ba. Nothing really, but that's okay. And then Studio 3HZ, they did sort of online alternative. They did The Devil's a Part-Timer. They did that movie Black Fox, and they've done some other stuff that I don't really recognize, but they all did a good job. So, kudos to them. But that is going to be my anime recommendation. And out of 10, I think I'm going to give it yeah, my anime list gives it a 7.19. I think that might be pretty close. I want to give it like a 7.3. I think I'll give it a 7.3. 12 episodes. You guys can fly through this. It was a good time. Definitely just a little bit different out there. So give it a good watch and enjoy it. Get your dick wet. I'm hoping this gets a second season, just because if there's 116 manga chapters, I would think that there is more out there. I also just kind of like how the story came about. So I would like to see this writer come out with some more shit, but you never really know. But that is going to be my anime recommendation. And then manga. So I have not really been reading a whole lot of manga recently. I'm trying to get back into the groove of it and just like read like a few chapters or something a night. But um, it's kind of tough. But you kind of burn yourself out on it. But my manga recommendation is going to be something that's actually getting a anime adaptation soon, that I didn't think was going to be getting an anime adaptation, but is called Reborn as a Vending Machine. I now wander the dungeon. You heard me right. Reborn as a vending machine. So let me let me just read the synopsis for you guys. After dying in a traffic accident, I find myself standing near an unfamiliar lake. My body won't move. I can't hear my voice, and when I try to shout in confusion, words that I never expected came out. Get one free with a winner. It seems I've turned into a vending machine. I can only do what actual vending machines can. It's impossible to move by myself, and there's no way for me to have any meaningful conversation. How am I? Sorry, and there's no way for me to have any meaningful conversation. How am I going to survive some fantasy worlds dungeon like this? I kind of read it like shit, but yeah. So, guy gets reincarnated into another world, and he had like some kind of obsession with vending machines before he died. He gets reincarnated into a world. Now he's a vending machine. He's in a fantasy world, and craziness ensues. This one's kind of funny. Art style is pretty fucking good. I'm not sure that I love this, but I just think it's kind of interesting that it already got a announcement that it's getting an anime adaptation. I'm just like, dude, really already? Whatever. Fuck it, whatever. But kind of funny. So I'll give this one. Manganato has this at 4.62 out of 5. I think that's a little high. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. So it currently only has 8 chapters translated on Manganato, but I mean, obviously, if it's getting an animated adaptation for 2023, it's probably got a decent amount of chapters. But they're just not translated yet. I mean, this site is pretty slow on like getting those translations out, so I kind of understand. If anybody has like any recommendations on like good scan sites that give really fast updates, let me know. But I mean, all this is done free, so like I get it. Like, the people who scan all this shit and translate all this shit and clean it all up, like they're not getting paid for any of this stuff. So it takes a lot of fucking time to do it. So I get it, and I appreciate those people, but it just takes a long time. So whatever. All right, that is going to be the manga section. So go get your dick wet. And then bodybuilding. I'm not gonna get too deep into this and too long into this, but yep, I just came off the show from last weekend. I got third in my division in men's classic physique novice, and then third in my division in men's classic physique open. There was probably anywhere between 12 to 15 guys. So if I got third in each of my division, I probably would have gotten anywhere between sixth and eighth if I lined up against all of them. The divisions were kind of by height, so I was only paired up with 4 guys in novice, and I was paired up with, or sorry, it was 4 guys in my division in novice, including me, and 5 guys in my division in open, in my division in open, including me. So if I was paired up against the rest of the guys, I probably got sixth or eighth, which I don't think is a very good showing. If I was paired up against all of them and I got top 5, I think that would have been pretty good, but it is what it is. It's my first time, and I went back and watched some of the footage because I had my friend Dylan go there and film, and I made a lot of mistakes in posing, and I definitely, that is one thing I'm going to hammer in next time I do a bodybuilding show is do a lot more posing, and then also my conditioning. I just think my core was not tight enough, my abs didn't look good enough, so I think that would have. If I had both of those 2 things on point, I think I would have made a really strong showing for myself, and I would have maybe even gotten like 3rd overall or something like that, or maybe even 2nd. Who fucking knows? But it is what it is. But I had a good time. I think I'm definitely going to do another one. I think I'm going to take an off season for the rest of the year, work with my coach, work with my finances, and we can work something out, and then come back early to mid next year on another show and fucking go from there and see where it takes me. I had a good time. The prep part wasn't so much fun, but it is what it is. It's just kind of how it goes. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. I'm definitely going to do another one, but I won't be in Colorado for that, so I got to figure out somewhere in the New England area to do it. But yeah, I'm still waiting on some footage from the videographer that was there at the event. I ended up paying him or them $25. I'm just waiting on them to edit all the footage and fucking give it to me. They said like up to 14 business days, and I was like, well, that's kind of long, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, I had a good time. I got some footage on my camera. I got some footage from my friend Dylan's phone. I got some pictures from one of the guys I met there. He got some pictures and he sent them over to me, and it looks pretty good. I put them up on my Instagram. So, yeah, I had a whole lot of fun. Can't wait to do the next one. I'm gonna come in more conditioned, and I'm definitely gonna ham the posing in and really fucking knock it out of the park. So there'll be no excuses. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say. I don't know, just an overall good experience. And then ever since then, I've just been eating so much fucking like snacks and sweets and shit like that. I really need to cut that shit out and get back to my routine and get back to a good diet. So I am kind of struggling with that as of right now because I'm just having very little self control. But it's gonna take a little time to get back there. But it is what it is. I'm still fucking trying to do a decent amount of cardio. Like I went to the gym today and I stretched for like a half an hour. And then I did a cardio or did a cardio. I did cardio for an hour, which I think is pretty good. So I'm still keeping up about half an hour to an hour of cardio 6 days a week, which I think is really fucking good. Um, you know, I could definitely be doing more, but it's just like I'm eating way more calories than I'm burning, so it's just not fucking it's not evening out. So once I get my diet back to where it needs to be, I think I'm definitely gonna start seeing some good changes, and then just try and keeping myself as like a lean bulk. I'm trying to do a lean bulk, and then obviously, with Thanksgiving coming up, I'm going to be back in New Hampshire with my family, so I'm going to go a little wild on that, and then um, Halloween's coming up, and then me and John, my brother, are going to be going to Austin to check it out for the Trash Taste podcast. So probably go a little wild with that. But again, if I'm keeping up a good balance, where 99 to 95% of the time I'm eating good, eating clean, and I got a little bit of trash here and there, like it's not going to kill me. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to fucking ruin my life. So I just want to be again like back in the groove. It's basically what I want to do. So um, that is that. So expect me to be doing more bodybuilding soon. Not this year, but I'm just excited to get back to New Hampshire, really, honestly, and then also excited to hang out with my brother in Rhode Island. So I think that's really going to light a fire under me. Whereas here in Denver, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, I'm just kind of not liking it anymore. So um, next we're going to go on to so after the show I had a bunch of cookies from my cookie dealer, bunch of cookies from Crumble, and then I ended up going having Bird Call. So the my cookie dealer cookies were actually fucking phenomenal. I had a bunch of like the flatter ones that had stuff in the middle. Those are really good. And then I had a bunch of the rounder ones that were like the big like mound looking cookies that were really good. And then I had a bunch of crumble. I also had crumble this weekend. Again, I need to cut it out. Like I'm just like eating way too much. And I had Bird Call right after the show, which was a really good fried chicken place here in Denver. So if anybody is listening to this and they're in Denver, they haven't been to Bird Call yet, definitely fucking check it out. I highly recommend. It's like probably a 9 out of 10 for me. Everything I've had there has been fucking gas. So definitely check it out. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it. I don't really have a whole bunch more to talk about. Um, I think next weekend I'll probably have a little bit more to talk about. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. They got a lot of finals for League of Legends coming up, and there's also the UFC event coming up. So that'll be fun. Keep an eye out for that, guys. Again, I will be leaving Denver here soon, or at least that is the plan still. So just trying to get everything together, get everything going, save a little bit of money, get some plane tickets, and get out of here and get back and just enjoy being with my family. I think that is the goal for me, is to get my mind straight and get back with my family and fucking get that with that support system and really figure out what I want to do next with life and go from there. But all right, guys. So this has been episode 13 of the Backed by Bone podcast. Again, I am Chris, aka Don Burgundy, on the internet. Please go like, comment, subscribe, follow all my socials, everything down in the bottom. It really means a fucking lot to me. Even if I get like one listen on the podcast every episode, like it really means a lot that someone's actually listening. So I really appreciate all the support. Everyone starts somewhere, and I'm just trying to keep a positive attitude, and I'm having a lot of anxiety lately. I think it's also probably sugar induced. So I'm just trying to keep myself in a positive attitude and just really, really change my life for the better. So, all right, guys, appreciate everything. I will catch you guys next weekend. Get your dick wet.